back with another video. Today we're doing Leray inspired Jumbo Knotless Braids with the curly end tips. Right now I'm just jumping straight into the tutorial for my impatient babes because I'm impatient myself, and so I just want to go ahead and throw it right at the beginning, and then if you guys want to see how I finish the rest of her hair and how it all comes out, you could just continue watching. So right now I'm just pulling the hair apart into 3 pieces, getting ready to make my braid, and then I go ahead and weave and get every piece into my left hand. So that's my first weave. Once I have everything in my left hand, I take my first piece of braiding hair and I put it between my index finger and my thumb, and then I take my top piece that was going to go under the braid and weave it through with the braiding hair. So again, in between my thumb and my index finger, taking my top piece down and then weaving it right on through and under the braid, and then boom, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add my last piece of braiding hair, and then that's all the pieces that I'm going to be adding to this braid. Because the braids are shoulder length, I first cut my Kanekalon hair from 52 inches. I cut them in half, so they were all like about 26 inches each, and then I only went and added 3 pieces into each jumbo braid just to make sure that they stay short, because 26-inch hair and then you braid it, so each braid is about 13 inches long. Another thing that I wanted to add was that all 3 pieces that I added into her hair were pretty thick pieces. Because it is a jumbo braid, I didn't want the base to be super thin and then the braid just balloons out, because then it starts to look kind of fake, and the whole point of this hairstyle is to look super natural and look really like, oh, I just, you know, put my hair into some box braids, it's nothing. So with that though, my very first piece that I added was thinner than the rest of the pieces because I didn't want it to balloon out unnaturally. But don't be afraid to make the first piece, you know, just have a little weight to it. As the braids started to thin out, I just went ahead and put a little double knot at the bottom of the braid and then left the ends hanging so that I could later put the braid in some foam rollers and then make the curly tips. Okay, so now we're jumping into how I did the entire head. Now I'm starting to section off the back of her head and start to do my first, what do you call it? My first layer, I guess, of braids. My first row, guys. My first row of braids. After I started parting and really starting to make a crisp line for the very first row, I realized that I wanted my parts to be just a little bit smaller in the back, because I feel like just surrounding hairs in general are super sensitive, and I don't want to put more tension than I need to, especially in the back. So I actually decided to take the row down just a tad bit, just so that there's not a lot of tension on her hair if she decided to put her hair into a bun or anything. When I'm tightening the hair up and twisting it around my finger, I'm just tightening the base so that I can see whether or not my two parts are equal. Some people like to use the comb to measure each size of their box to see if it's equal, but it's only 2 pieces in the back, so it's not really that hard to eyeball the size of them and see that they're equal. So now I'm just using some jam and a little bit of edge booster mix to smooth the roots down and make it a really nice flat base at the roots, so that I can go ahead and braid. So then I'm just go ahead and I'm going to put a double knot at the bottom of the braids to secure the ends, and then with the rest of the ends that I leave out, I will be putting in foam rollers later to make the curly tips. A little piece of hair actually ended up getting caught on my nail while I was braiding, and it made that little loop hanging on the outside. So I just take some scissors and trim it off real quick, and then boom, problem solved. Straightening out the braid a little bit and it's all set. Now this is just me sectioning off and braiding down the rest of her hair. I did 2 parts my first row, 3 parts in the middle, and then I put another 2 parts on top. So these were definitely jumbo braids, definitely a favorite of mine because it really did not take us that long to do. And I love that for us because it came out so cute and it's such a quick and easy style. And then when I got to the top, I actually ended up just sectioning off the whole top half and putting them into bantu knots, just so I can make sure that I had one and even amount of braids on each side, and to make sure that each part size was equal. And then here is the real-time video of me doing the braid one more time, just in case you guys wanted to see it again, slow down how I did it. I definitely want you guys to feel like this is an achievable style for you to do at home by the time you finish watching this. It's the same process again. We're just gonna go ahead and add another piece of braiding hair between my index finger and my thumb right there. And the piece of hair that I had moved out my way to the top, I'm going to bring it down over the freshly added extension hair and then go ahead and weave it through. And then we're going to do it one more time, right in between the index finger and my thumb. Add the piece of braiding hair. Oh, and sometimes I like to put a little bit of jam on the braiding hair just to stiffen it up some and give you more control of like the frizz and flyaways of both the natural hair and the braiding hair, and just make the braid look super neat and clean. And then this is just a little speed up of the final row of her hair. As you guys can see, I left some hair out for her to do edges. If she wants to get creative with the swirls, she got the chance to do that. Yeah, and it just kind of creates like a really nice even border around your braids too. I like that look. And then here I'm just adding the foam rollers for the curly end tips so that I could go ahead and water set the rest of the braids. And then I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys how like she would be laying her edges day to day, or how you could lay your edges with this style. I wanted to do more swirls and stuff like that, but you guys can tell that we started to get tired towards the end because I didn't even make both sides at least match. Like, her edges are laid but not the same. So please forgive me, it was late, y'all. And now I'm about to go ahead and take my Lotta body mousse, which is almost done, by the way. So let me know in the comments if you guys want me to try out any other mousse that you guys have been looking into for braiding, and I'll go ahead and cop that one and I'll test it out for you guys. Y'all don't even have to do it. I'll do it. It's cool. And then, like I told you guys before, it was super late at night, so I just went ahead and tied her hair with this scarf that she sleeps with usually every night, and then I hot water set her braids and then let her sleep with the rollers on for the night, and we were all set. And then this is her at school a couple days after I finished braiding her hair. Actually, this was like later on in the week. Still cute, still shining. And then this her doing her little dancey dance on TikTok. So cute. Had to leave that for y'all.
Hey, keep shooting.
But that's all, Halo Gang. Thanks for watching. See y'all next week.